game is go. OBS recording is go. Game loading is go. Whilst we wait for YarSkor's hamster wheel to continue. There we go. Come on. Slowly. There we go. Okay, starting in the top right of King's Road, we have as the orange high head, we have Warring. Presently 1-0 up, Warring's opponent we have playing as the brown Latin Confederation, we have YarSkor. That was an exceptionally quick last game, only lasting roughly about 4 minutes. YarSkor well and truly put the beat down on Warring, especially on a large map like Duskgarden. However, with a pick like Latin Confederation, I'm not entirely sure if he's going to try and do the same, though it's entirely possible, but his opponent is now foe. Warring is going to go for an early MCV move to the low ground. I'm not entirely sure if that's the play to make. Especially because he'll probably he needs to build his wind trap next. He will be on low power during that move, and he's making, okay, he is making his wind trap now. But he needed to move down here eventually. I'm just not sure whether now is the right move, especially when you're very prone to being pressured by conscripts en masse. Warring spent a sizable money and amount of cash on Night Frames, no Scout Lancers, not even Scout Night Frames, so Warring hasn't been able to see the edges of the map yet, which could prove an issue later on in this game, but for now, Night Frames are poking away at the conscripts, they get 2. The conscripts move up to higher ground, however, their reinforcements are cut off. These conscripts also, again, retreat to higher ground. I reckon Warring could probably win this engagement if he goes round the long way up onto the high ground, because he does not want to be shot off and picked up by the conscripts here. YarSkor reacts a little bit too late to change the situation. Night Frames, one of them goes down, but there's still plenty more where that came from as the Night Frames just cleave through all of the conscripts here. Look at that splash damage. Only 1 casualty. I take that engagement. Start to see as YarSkor has also moved their MCV down. They get a sentry gun down on the front line here. Good call. They're going to need it. The Night Frames can't do a lot against that. As the conscripts move to try and bring out, but they're not in sufficient numbers to take out this Night Frame swarm. Meanwhile, Warring's base getting slightly more developed. War factory down. Second refinery finally out. Going for a third refinery, probably to come down here. As it looks like another conscript dies on the front lines, but the conscripts probably have the numbers to take on the Night Frames now, but Warring is on top of his micro game here, no mistakes as of yet, utilising the extra range and the damage of the Night Frames to a perfect degree. And actually when they're all chasing like this, the conscripts are bunched up and it's just perfect splash fire. One of them goes down on the retreat, second one goes down. I think Warring needs to probably consider moving away, but no, he's going to commit to the pressure. He's going to try and keep YarSkor on his toes. Warring, both players are slightly hard up for money. Sentry gun goes down though, does a good amount of damage to one of the Night Frames, forces their retreat. There's a couple more Night Frames start coming out of the barracks now that Warring has a cash income. That's a lot of refineries. That's 4 refineries so far. He sold off none of them either. Honestly quite impressive. I mean, it's not a lot of cash back, but it's cash back at the very least. Conscripts move up, try and make some headway, but they all get gunned down. A couple of them move up, try and get to the high ground here. One thing I've just realised is that Warring also controls both of the main oil derricks in the centre of the map here. Which is honestly quite important for his passive income. He needs all the money. Focus shit is expensive. Alright, there we go. Conscripts on the higher ground pick off another Night Frame, but at this point I don't really think it's going to matter on individual Night Frame deaths. We're well beyond that point. The army is too big. It's like trying to count individual conscript deaths. They do spot a potential opportunity though. Looks like they're going to try and garrison the house up here. Or if not, try and scout. No, they do go for the garrison. Okay. Doesn't control anything yet, but it could prove useful should Warring send any individual units across this area. Good early warning. A couple of Cyclops coming out now as well. As we see Pyros are the response here. And Tesla Troopers as well for YarSkor. He desperately tries to climb around the Night Frame Horde. Walks into sentry guns. There's a lot of conscripts and Pyros. I'm not this engagement could go either way. Well, could have if it was on the low ground. Not anymore. those Night Frames well and truly have the advantage when it comes to shooting first. Although, got to be careful with that. My casting ability has gone down the gutter today. I'm not awake. I'm saying bloody obvious things. Anyway, what happened to those 3 Cyclops? They're down there. They haven't found anything yet. What the hell? Okay, that was just a random dog. Looks like Jaguar tanks are the response from YarSkor here. I think they've taken out the garrison. Yeah, okay, YarSkor goes in and finishes off the garrison as well. As we start to see Huntresses. So that means nanofiber. Yep, there it is. There's the nanoloom. An early nanofiber sink could honestly end YarSkor right here, right now. Cyclops come in. I don't think even know we're going to get that far. They go for the Tesla reactor. Not quite enough to put him on low power. Although I think he is on low power now. Yeah, he definitely is now. So there we go. Perfect timing from Waring. So Cyclops just move in, try and pinch away. If these Huntresses can land a good kill on one of the conscripts, they will be able to absolutely dominate the engagement here. So 1 HP Cyclops. It looks like it's going back to the Minemite field. So they poke away at the Jaguar tanks. Instant shelter comes down. We've got 1 Huntress card in, but he's not going to take that engagement. YarSkor moves in. He's fairly confident in his ability on this one. The Cyclops tried to go in for the crush, but there are Tesla troopers mixed in there. But they do get a sizable number of conscripts, and there's plenty of healing clouds to choose from for Waring here, as he absolutely rinses the infantry. But he does lose a sizable number of his Cyclops. We've gone from about, what was it, 8, 9 Cyclops to 3? And they're not looking particularly healthy. There was a 4th one lying around somewhere that went back for repairs. Yep, there he is. The Jaguar tanks are not eager to let them get away. They're going to try and dive in on the engagement here. We start to see Lancers coming up, which would have been useful about 30 seconds ago. No. Oh, there's a free Minemite here up for taking though, but YarSkor does not go for that engagement. Looks like he's going to try and go for the top right as we start to see the first turmoil grids coming down as well. YarSkor's going to have to be very careful of that, but the tier 3 is up for grabs here. It's looking very exposed. Oh, YarSkor, the indecision that might actually cost him. No, he's going to dive down. He's going to dive on the one trap. A sensible call. Try and get the depower in, but he's still powered. He's still got another 2 left. Goes for the barracks. Perfect call there. Prevents the Lees coming out. Can absolutely dominate the Cyclops, but he chooses not to. Goes in for more wind traps. Absolutely rinses the back line of Waring's base here. Keeps losing Jaguars, but he doesn't decide. Oh no, he does claim one of the Minemites. He could get the tier 3. The grids don't activate because there's no power. There's absolutely nothing there. And YarSkor decides that discretion is now the better part of valor as he retreats. Considerable damage, obviously. That's what infantry production, all of his power grid. I'm not sure that's the right call. It's a funny decision. I think Waring is trying to flex a little bit here, but I don't think that's the right decision. It could... Okay. Yeah, YarSkor sees it. He forces it to retreat, although there's nothing that can really harm it except for a few Tesla troopers which are now multiplying in number here. As he decides to move back up. He's still depowered, so these grids are absolutely useless right now. That in a second wind trap will be coming back up, and that will restore the power grid. If he's going to dive on the tier 3, he needs to do it now. Oh no! Bomb buggy comes in from the side! We've got a second bomb buggy as well, by the way. Want to watch out for the nanoloom. Yeah, that's a dead nano. Oh no! Because the bomb buggy detonated on the corner. This last cell up here is left undamaged. Oh, if you want to kill a nanofiber loom in one bomb buggy kill, you need to have it parked right on the side, round about here or here. Because that way it damages all of the cells of the nanofiber loom. It's what, 3x5, so that's 15 cells. Another bomb buggy goes up. Major engagement of infantry down here. It looks like the escorting infantry from Waring get absolutely rinsed by the infantry army of YarSkor. And they're going to try and claim the Madman next as well. Morales finally hits the field after taking up from YarSkor. And this will probably spell the end of Waring. He's lost his tier 3. He still has the rest of his tech, so it won't take too long. He is working on the expansion. But he needs to come up with something, and it looks like the plan is to just head dive the Madman in. It goes off, it's going to clean up all of the infantry, but it doesn't do a lot of I take that back, it doesn't clean up any of the infantry, and it barely does any infrastructure damage. That was a pretty shit Madman. Morales caught off guard here, depiloting Cyclops, but he might actually die to them. 6 Cyclops versus Morales, who wins? Turns out the Cyclops do. We start to see a Jakub out on the field for YarSkor, using that to heal up all of his infantry after they would have been damaged by the Madman. You see a single Kirov in the sky. No baseball stadium, but single Kirov nonetheless. So tier 3 is finally back from YarSkor, but he's going to need some anti-air here. Doesn't have a lot of power. Well, to be fair, strike nests aren't that power intensive, but it looks like he's going to lose these refineries. Yep, Kirov opens up. Not it. Honestly, this Kirov could dive on that war factory right now. It looks like Waring's response is to get a Shadray, which is not the right call. Shadrays are terrible versus heavy air. He needs bloody Terratons for that. Like, look, that Shadray does next to no damage. Oh, it's a dead MCV. Yeah, this is it for Waring here. No war factory, no MCV, just infantry. An Irritator, a Shadray, no Cyclops left. Yeah, that's it. No, not even the Shadray anymore. And they walk into the garrison as well. That garrison coming handy, almost killing the Irritator. Kills a single Lancer off as well. Yeah, no, and Waring gives up. That is it. A very nice play there from YarSkor. Good defensive action. Waring never really finding the ability to land the killing blow. Right, that was. I'm just gonna call that 12 minutes. I'll be honest. I'm just gonna round that up to the nearest second.